Kian says, what's the best way to deal with long-distance relationships?
Sleep around.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a loaded question.
Oh, really?
Well, to me, that's Kian saying, I'm in a long-distance relationship and it's not going very well. How can I save it? And the truth is, you can't, can you?
Well, you're not in a relationship, are you? If you're not there, there's long.
No.
I don't really get long. Well, a lot of people do them though, don't they? Because of the internet and stuff.
I could handle it. I think if we lived apart and we saw each other like every other weekend, I think we'd get on a lot better.
No, but this is long distance. Like if
that's what I mean.
If I lived in America and you lived in...
Oh, that's very long distance.
Yeah,
I think Kian's at university, not to judge the man.
Like down the road.
Kian's gone to King's and he's in London and his girlfriend stayed in Newcastle.
Yeah, all right, that's long distance.
Yeah, but it's not America, is it? They can catch up on the train.
Well, then they are both allowed to cheat on each other, as long as the other one doesn't find out, gets hurt.
This is very revealing. This is potentially problematic for us.
How do you get into a relationship? Please help.
Martha.
Well, already you can see you're trying too hard. You're desperate.
How do you get out of a relationship? Equally difficult question.
Martha Jones spam.
How did we get into a relationship? Roisin Connaughton set us up.
Yeah, so she needs someone to set her up.
Roisin will set you up.
Roisin will, yeah.
She
She's
set
not
up
on Twitter.
us up because she thought we were both from the same village in the north, which she thinks is like Hobbit land. So presumably she just makes some sort of value judgment about Martha. Yeah. Martha Jones Spam is her Twitter handle, so she'll find someone else who likes tinned meat.
Yeah.
And just assume they're going to get on. Oh, this is my mate Vinny, he loves corned beef.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Get in touch with Russian comedy.
But they're overrated, broadly, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
What happens, I'll tell you, do you want some genuine advice, Martha? Enjoy being single. And the minute you come to terms with being single and enjoying your life, in my experience, you'll end up in a relationship.
Like you enjoy.
I literally just bought a house. I bought a pool table for what is now a dining room. Because then we met, didn't we? And it's all great. Super Dog Charlie. So this one's from a dog.
Well, we don't know that.
He says he's a super dog.
I know, but you just don't know anymore.
Do you have any advice for finding friends and potential partners at uni when I am socially awkward?
Yeah, go to Lancaster Uni. They're all socially awkward. It depends
Why
which uni you go to. Because some unis are more awkward than others.
I'm from Lancaster.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever done a gig at Lancaster University?
Yeah, at the Sugar House.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Or go where you like and you'll find other socially awkward people. You only have to be confident once.
Lincoln.
It's that first...
Go to Lincoln.
Lincoln's quite rowdy.
But no cool 18-year-old says, do you know what? I want to spend 3 years in Lincolnshire.
And there are 18-year-olds at Lincoln University watching this, and you've basically just
said... And they'll go, finally, we feel listened to. We've been heard. That's what they'll say.
Well, I would advise them...
Newport Pagnell.
Do you know where you meet people if you're lonely at University of Lincoln? You meet people watching Jon Richardson's Nitwit tour at the Engine Shed.
Northampton.
Coming later this year.
Go to Northampton.
Don't go to Northampton. Even I'll back you up on that.
What's the best piece of marriage advice you've ever received?
Lynn.
From Lynn. Why? Why do you want to know Lynn?
We haven't got any, have we? You'd think... This show is basically a cry for help. You'd think we'd get more.
No, we have. I was told never go to bed on an argument.
Oh, yeah. But you see, I would say that's bad advice. Because what that means is we have a nice little argument about 10 and it's fine. Then you chase me around the house for an hour so it's resolved. And it can't be resolved by anything other than sleep at that point. What we need to do is just go to bed and realise that tomorrow, who dropped an olive under the couch is not as big an issue as it seems now. But then... because you've got this rule that we can't go to bed on an argument, you'll push the argument until it becomes a bigger argument.
No, I push you to say sorry, which I now know you
Why
don't
am I apologising?
do.
Because
but
you've put an olive under the couch.
I now have found out that people who can't apologise actually have very low self-esteem. And that's why you can't apologise. And that's why I can apologise.
Or because I didn't do anything wrong. Could that be an option? I'm not saying I don't ever do anything wrong. Lynn, let's flip this question on his head. Please send us some marriage advice, because this doesn't work, Lynn. What is the permitted period when wind noises become acceptable between lovers?
7 years.
Is it?
It took us 7 years, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
You were letting little squeakers away before 7 years
but
in.
the only ones that couldn't help.
Yeah, unintentional
And now
ones.
just like coming to, I want to do one near you now. I prefer doing them when you're around than when you're not around.
Well, I tell you what would muffle the sound more, if you would close the toilet door when you're in there.
But the reason I do is because I've got a child and I would never close the door on a child.
I'll keep an eye on her while you go to the toilet. How's that for a deal?
But it's autopilot. There's just something weird about I can't close the door.
What's interesting from this question, I think, is that it's about farting in front of each other, but Red Chop 56 has used the word lovers, which is very sort of intimate, and it clashes with the farting thing. People who ask that question, what is the permitted period, use words like cohorts or colleagues.
Yeah.
Lovers don't discuss these things because they're so into it. You don't do it during sex. That implies to me, when can I fart during sex? Never.
Does creating a sitcom together actually help improve a marriage?
Financially, yes,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a financial lifeline for a marriage.
We get paid. I think we get paid well for it.
We do, yeah.
And we're grateful as well for it.
Most couples don't get the thrill of having an argument and then turning it into things that make other people laugh. That is quite cathartic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does.
Misery loves company.
Killmonger. Right. How do I get my girlfriend's parents to like me? Change your name. Who's your Jen seeing? Oh, she's seen a lovely lad called Killmonger. Yeah.
You can't get them to like you, can you? He's gonna have to change something.
I think she probably likes you because her parents don't like you.
Yeah, she's gonna use you.
Your relationship is a rebellion against her parents.
She doesn't even like you.
I had the opposite problem. Girls' parents loved me and the girls did not. So I would have parents actively lobbying on my behalf. Why don't you bring that John round more? He's very good at Scrabble and he put his plate in soak when he finished his tea. And they said because sexually I found him repellent. Half otter or half bear?
Well, you are half otter, aren't you?
Am I?
Well, you've got you do sometimes look like an otter. And you're like when you're in bed and you're like eating crisps and they go all over your chest. You do look like an otter. You do look like... Actually, John, you look like an otter.